the young moms at? Welcome, all my beautiful mamas and mothers to be. I'm your host, Kaylin Alexandria, and I'm so excited to be bringing this podcast to y'all because I feel like I have no mom friends or pregnant friends because I'm pregnant. I'm with my first child, and I'm so excited. But I'm the first of my friends to have a baby. I don't have like any mom friends, mom to be friends, like no community whatsoever. And I know statistically women are having kids later in life. And so even when I do like see mom groups or I'm around or like in the vicinity of like other mothers, they're usually a lot older than me. I'm 23, and very rarely am I able to like connect with moms who are my age, navigating their 20s, navigating pregnancy, motherhood, etc., etc. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to find my own clan. I'm gonna have to find my own group of women who understand what I'm going through and understand what is going on in our lives, or don't understand what's going on in our lives, because honestly, so much is going on. Like having a baby, figuring out partnership and marriage and life and careers and all of these amazing things at the same time can be like super overwhelming. And I know I'm not alone. I know there are other young mothers out there, young pregnant women out there who are like, what the heck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? How do I do this? Who can I rely on? Who can I lean on? And of course, you may have women in your life, as I do, who have had children, who have children, who are moms, like my mom, my grandma. You know, like I have a great support system, which I'm really grateful for, but like they're not young. They don't understand that like I still want to be hot and a pregnant woman. Like I want to be a beautiful pregnant woman. I want to still feel sexy in my young body. You know what I mean? But also like be a mom, you know, and like enjoy this pregnancy to the fullest without like losing the sense of self that I'm finding as I'm going through my 20s. So, yeah, welcome. Welcome to the journey, friends. I'm getting really hungry. I need to order lunch. Shout out to my mom for getting me this super cute water bottle. It's a Mommy and Me water bottle, and I absolutely adore it. It has a little strap, which I love because I can wear it on my shoulder if I don't want to actually like carry the heavy water bottle, or I can put it around my neck, and like it just takes the strain off of like carrying 32 ounces of water. And what I really love about it is that yes, it tracks like your ounces of water and like how much you're drinking, but it also tracks your baby. It tracks the weight of your baby. It comes with stickers. They come in white, pink, and blue. I've only been using the white ones because I haven't looked at my gender results yet, and I'm not going to look until my gender reveal. That's when I'll know, and that's when I'll start using the color stickers. So right now I'm at my 18-week mark, and that means my baby's the size of a sweet potato. So we're looking at 5.5 inches, 6.7 ounces, and it's just so cute. And you can track it on your water bottle. And it honestly, I don't know, like it's so refreshing because sometimes I'll just be drinking the water and I'm like, oh, look, my little muffin. My little muffin is 18 weeks. We're 18 weeks. And it's just like a fun thing that I get to do with myself every week. And also needing to stay hydrated. If you are interested in this water bottle, the link is in the description box below or in the show notes if you're listening via whatever podcast site you listen to. And with that, I really do need to order lunch. I have food, but like, do I want that? Not really. I've been thinking about getting a poke bowl. Kind of want a poke bowl, but this is the only thing. Like, food delivery is insane. It's insane. Like, I was ordering Chick-fil-A yesterday, and what would have been like an $18 meal on DoorDash rounded up to $40. I said I would never pay $40 for a Chick-fil-A meal. $40. Pookie, I got in my car and I went and picked it up myself. I had to get it myself because that's insane. That's insane, wallah. Honestly, you will hear me use so much, like so many little Arabic terms just because I studied abroad in Dubai, and then I'm watching Love is Blind Habibi with one of my best friends, and we both studied abroad together. So like the little mannerisms and like comments are like embedded in my conversations now. Like I'm always like halas, halas, like it's finished, Yani. Like like it's so funny how like living somewhere other than where you grew up or like where you're from can really alter like your language, your sense of self. Like I lived there for 6 months, and it has made me love traveling for long periods of time. Like I don't just want to do like a week vacation somewhere. I want to be immersed there for like 2 to 3 months. Like I want to live there, become a local. Like that's exactly how me and my bestie felt when we were living in the UAE. We were like, girl, I might as well be a citizen now. I'm a resident. I have a United Arab Emirates resident ID. Nobody can take that from me. Nobody. Like it got to the point where I just knew Dubai inside and out. Like we were outside all the time. When my mom came to visit me in Dubai, I was like, "Oh yeah, girl, this is my spot. This is where I go. Oh no, you have to use this entrance into the Dubai Mall because that one's too crowded by tourists." And especially because we were there before tourist season, so there wasn't a lot of tourists. It wasn't a lot of people. I really was able to get to know and like navigate the city even easier and with even more flow and breath. So like when the tourists did come, I was like, yeah. I was like the tourists. We would sit like at the Dubai Mall, like near the Dubai Fountain. I'll insert a pic for you. Or maybe on this side, there's more space, whatever. It'll be on the screen. And we would sit there and be like, oh, look at all these tourists. Like we aren't whole American citizens. Insane. Insane. But yeah, I do need to order food. Well, okay. Hey, hot young moms! Have you gotten connected with the Young Moms podcast yet? If not, babe, go ahead and follow our host, Kaylin Alexandria, at Kaylin Alexandria _ on TikTok and Instagram. That's KaylynAlexandria _ on TikTok and Instagram, and join our Young Moms Discord, where we keep you up to date on group events, virtual and in person, share advice and product recommendations, and where we take your questions to answer here on the podcast weekly. The link for our Discord is in the link tree on social media and in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. Now, let's get to the episode. I really want Sweet Fin. I was just looking at, I have this Sweet Fin, like, you know, this is where they get you. You get the little brochure things, and I was looking at it on the counter, and I was like, a poke bowl would be really great. Are you guys eating sushi while you're pregnant? Because I am. Okay, it's because I listened to a podcast, and actually I'm going to find the podcast, and I'll put it on the screen just so you can see. But I was listening to the podcast, and they were going through like what you can and can't eat with an OB, and like they did a whole breakdown, and it was the best thing I ever listened to during my first trimester. Like I want to say really like my first month of being pregnant, because you can't use so many skincare products. Like I literally had to get rid of so many skincare products or just give them to my mom, because no salicylic acid, no AHA, no BHA, no nothing. You can't exfoliate nothing. You have to find so many derivatives, and then your skin is changing so much, where she recommended just buy travel size items and use those because your skin is going to change. Like my first trimester, I started getting like, you know, those little acne bumps that look like you don't drink water. Like if you drank water, they would go away. I was getting those, and I was like, but I'm drinking water in my skin. And like I had a whole 10-step skincare regimen that I couldn't even follow anymore because I was too tired. Honestly, I was so fatigued. Like it would be a blessed day on God's green earth if I was even able to just like cleanse my face that day once. So my entire 10-step skincare cleanser, essence, water, toner, ampoule, like my whole vibe, daily sheet mask was out the window. I had no energy to do it. No, I still don't. Like right now, this morning, I cleansed and moisturized. That was my win of the morning. Okay, the fact that I was able to wash my face, that was my win. And there's just so many products you can't use. So I have been getting like travel size items and using what works. And then like when I started my second trimester, my skin changed again. I started getting like little acne bumps on my forehead, like on my cheek. You can't see it now really. What side is it on? This camera is really throwing me for a loop. Oh, like little marks, like which I now have like little dark spots that I have to heal, but I can't use retinol. And that one is really eating me up because I love a retinol under eye cream. I use retinol like maybe 2-3 times a week before. I have switched over to using the Yerba Mate Good Molecules under eye cream, but I only use that like once a week, especially because it's coffee and I'm trying not to, drink caffeine. I don't drink caffeine already unless there's like a little caffeine in my green tea, then, the baby will be okay. But in that same podcast episode, they talked about skincare. They talked about also food, what they say you can and can't eat, like not eating deli meat. But then I've seen so many women on TikTok who are like, girl, I still ate sandwiches. Like, I'm still going to eat a sandwich. And I think the real heart of a lot of the research from what I've seen and what I've listened to from OBGYNs and podcast professionals, not just like the moms who are saying what works for them. Because I think that's great because I'm a mom who's saying what works for me, and a pregnant woman that's saying what works for me. But from like the professionals that they interview, she was honestly like, there is no significant data that says this is bad, but just because it is a risk when you're not pregnant, it's a greater risk if you are pregnant, just in case you get food poisoning. Like it would be a lot worse being pregnant than it would be getting food poisoning and not being pregnant. So that's really the main risk. They don't really do a lot of studies, and what she was breaking down is there aren't really a lot of studies that discuss the results of pregnant women who eat or drink or take certain pills or supplements and things. Like a lot of it is pulled off of regular research, and then because when you're pregnant you are like growing a new life form, like there's a lot more risk involved, where they just kind of are like, cool, this is already somewhat risky if you're not pregnant, so don't do it when you're pregnant. And that's kind of what the heart of a lot of the research is. It's not really done on pregnant women because they are protected. We are a protected class of people, so they can't just go and be like, all right, let's just go see how this works out, right? Because you don't want to it's not people really willing to choose to be a part of a study in the same way. So yes, but she didn't say anything was wrong with sushi, especially sushi in the US, because it's flash frozen, which is not really advertised heavily because then it makes it seem like it's not as fresh. But because it is flash frozen, the bacteria dies. So like whatever is in it is dead. But like I would never eat gas station sushi, and I don't eat sushi from the grocery store either. Like if I'm gonna eat sushi, I'm gonna go to a restaurant like Nobu, like Sugarfish. Like, oh my gosh, there's this great boutique restaurant in the Valley. If you live in Los Angeles and you have not been to Mon Sushi, my dad is gonna beat me up because this is like our little family spot, our little hole in the wall sushi spot that we go to all the time. I don't even know if they still do the live baby crabs, but my brother and I used to go crazy. They were they're not really alive, so don't flip out and be like, oh, you're a little animal killer. Like, they're not really alive. He does fry them, but they're little tiny baby crabs, and like you just pop them in your mouth. They're so good. Me and my younger brother, we used to eat them up. They haven't had them in a while, but I do want to go and see if they have any, because that would be so good. But I have had sushi like a couple times. My dad and I went out to sushi, but I've been sticking to like the very, very basic things. Like I have not been eating anything super outlandish, like no eel, no, really limiting the tuna, especially because there's certain tuna you can eat and certain tuna you can't eat. So I have been trying to stay away from like tuna, even though I love a spicy tuna hand roll. That's my love. But salmon, I'm all good. Like, give me salmon sushi, give me the nigiri. Like, I haven't really been liking the shrimp tempura rolls as much, and I don't know why, because I usually love at least one shrimp tempura roll when I get sushi. But I have been like watching, like, I guess the type of fish that I'm eating, obviously, because you don't want to eat anything that's too high in mercury. So I do check often, like before I order, like, okay, can I have this? Is this like a high risk fish or not? But I still have been eating sushi, which is also why I really want poke, because I just feel like a fresh poke bowl would be so yummy. Like I have lasagna, but maybe I'll just eat the lasagna for dinner and get a poke bowl for lunch, as long as ordering is not going to cost me an arm and a leg, because who wants to pay $40 for a bowl? Who wants to pay $40 for one Chick-fil-A meal? Y'all are insane. These order delivery sites are insane. Like, at this point, I'm just get in my car and go. Like, I really cannot believe yesterday they really tried to make me pay $40. $40 for a Chick-fil-A sandwich. And it was I went healthy, guys. Claps for me. Because sometimes it's hard to choose the healthy option, especially when you're craving. Like, I was really craving, like, a spicy chicken sandwich with a Colby Jack cheese and bacon, and then I spread the Chick-fil-A sauce on the bun and I dip it in the Polynesian with some French fries. Like, I was really there. I was so there. But I was like, no, I've already had like a little bit of a wild eating day, and that's what I call unintuitive eating. Okay, one of my colleagues is a nutritionist, and so we had a little discussion in one of our like little coffee chats about intuitive eating, and I feel like that has really changed the way that I look at food and just like checking in with my body, like, okay, what do you need? Like, what have you had too much of? Like, okay, we've had too many carbs this week. Like, let's pull it back and let's get some more veggies. Let's get some more fruit. Let's get some more protein. Like, let's kill the bread and the potatoes, like, and focus on that. And yesterday, because I had an event that I was hosting at work, I had popcorn. I had like 2 s'mores, and like not traditional regular OG s'mores. Like, no, this was salted caramel with sugar crystal mushroom. Like, I was like, okay, too many sweets. I need something healthy. Give me a grilled chicken club. Give me a kale crunch instead of fries. Like, I was really proud of myself for doing that. So, pat on my back for choosing a healthy option. And I feel like a poke bowl is healthy too. Okay, lunch has been ordered. Poke is on the way. Shout out to Postmates, because that was actually a reasonable price to pay. Like, my food and drink came out to, I want to say, like $28 plus tip. So I felt like that was fair. Shout out to them. And I've been seeing their commercials about no fees. Postmates has no fees. Maybe. I'm not sponsored or nothing, but I mean, hit me up. But yeah, I'm excited because I'm starting to get hungry and I might need a snack before my actual meal comes. Is anybody else like you need food? Like, this is a different type of like hunger. Like, pregnancy hunger, it's like, I'm gonna drop dead if I don't eat in 1 second. Like, it's over, game over. If I don't eat right now, it's a wrap. Especially when I first got pregnant, like my first trimester, Pookie, I needed food every 30 minutes. Do you know you have 30 minutes? Do you know you have 30? That's how the baby was. Like, and the baby wasn't even big. The baby was the size of like a peanut. And I needed to eat all the time. And I couldn't eat big meals. I couldn't eat like a full-size meal. So my midwives were telling me, like, you need to eat like 7 small meals a day. Like small little meals a day. Which is really hard because American portions are huge. Which is something else I've learned while traveling, is like American portions in comparison to the rest of the world are humongous. Like, humongous. So even if I do go out and I order something, I'm not gonna eat all of it. Like, I need kid-size portions because that's all that I can take in this 30-minute slot. And then I have to revisit my food choice in the next 45 minutes before I like fall out into pieces. It's honestly insane. It's insane. And I feel like there's so much you have to focus on when you eat when you're pregnant. Like, there's so much that goes into like how you have to eat and having the right nutrition, because you want your baby to grow strong, obviously. You want your baby to be healthy, obviously. You have to be healthy, obviously. And like, I feel like the way I'm tracking my food is just so different than when I wasn't pregnant. Like, so different. Like, I'm so focused on like, okay, did I drink enough water? Like, and sometimes I'm already processing so much where I'm so grateful for my man. He will just give me reminders, and like sometimes I genuinely need that. He'll be like, okay, did you drink your water today? Like, have you had enough water today? And I used to find it kind of annoying. I'm like, yes, I'm drinking the dang water. Like, yes, I had vegetables. But now I just find it really comforting because like someone else is also thinking about my health and well-being and the baby's health and well-being, and it's not all on me. where it's like, okay, he's like, hey, did you eat lunch? Do you need lunch? Like, you want to order something? Like, what do you need? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, okay, thanks. You can you can take this on. You can check in with me and like make sure I've eaten and make sure like I have what I need, because literally I will call him in the room at like midnight and be like, hey, can we go get some pickles? Can we go to the store and can we get some pickles? Can I buy a gallon of pickles? And I love pickles. Oh my gosh. And that might be like the most cliche pregnant woman thing, but like pickles? And I already am a big pickle person. Like I love pickled onions. I love pickled ginger. I love anything you can pickle. I'm gonna pickle it and I'm gonna eat the pickle. Period. Pickle, pickle, pickle. Pickle, pickle. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Because I am Peter Piper picking the pickles. Picking the pickle. You know what I mean. You get it. I love the pickles. That's been my thing. That's been my thing. But what has also been really hard is not eating onions and garlic as much. Because it's like when I came into my second trimester, and let me know I'm not alone and I'm not crazy, but oh my gosh, I cannot eat acidic foods very much. Like, and I'm not getting any acid reflux, but it makes my stomach hurt. Like, I had this dish. We went to this Creole restaurant with my in-laws, and I'm eating, and I didn't know it was a tomato-based dish. I didn't know that. Usually I get gumbo. I'm a huge gumbo girl. But I decided to get like this salmon Creole dish, and it was in like this huge tomato-based sauce. And literally after a few bites, my stomach was like, oh, not tomatoes, no tomatoes. Like, it was just so acidic. I literally was like sitting there, and somebody, my mother-in-law, was sitting across from me, and she's like, you don't like it? And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, it tastes good. I was like, it's just a lot of tomatoes. And she was like, oh yeah, you have to be super careful. Like, with the tomatoes, there's a lot of stuff you can't eat, like the acids. And then I was having, and I love Mediterranean food so much. I love Mediterranean food so much. And my favorite part of getting like a chicken kebab plate is the garlic sauce. And I don't know which countries do garlic sauce and which ones don't, because I notice sometimes I'll go to like some like Armenian spaces and they'll have garlic sauce, but then others won't. And then I'll go to like Lebanese spots and like they won't have garlic sauce, but some do. Like, I don't know who chooses and who decides they use garlic sauce for their like chicken and rice and stuff and who don't. Like, I always love a side of garlic sauce. I do. But like, it was just so acidic. It was so much. And I was like, I was so sad because I couldn't get through like a couple bites with the garlic sauce. And I love garlic and I love onions. And like, it's so hard because I'm a person of color. So what is there not? Like, I'm a black woman. What do I not put garlic and onion in? Like, I don't know a single Belizean dish that doesn't have onions and garlic in it. And that makes me sad. That makes me sad because what am I really gonna eat? Like, I could do without tomatoes. I really like tomatoes and like cherry tomatoes. Like, I could just eat cherry tomatoes. Love it. But I feel like all these changes are a lot. Like, it's a lot. There's so much going on. Like, not even just food-wise. Like, physically, like, watching my body change is actually kind of cute. Like, I'm like, oh, look, I have a little belly and there's a little baby in there. That's actually kind of cute. And my boobs are humongous. Like, my boobs are humongous. Like, they were already big, but they're going to be humongous. And I've just been lathering myself like a greasy pig, just greasing myself down. That's literally all the advice every woman I've talked to has told me. Every black woman I know, my mom, my aunt, my pregnancy therapist, my midwives, they are like, oil yourself, grease yourself down, shea butter yourself down. You don't want stretch marks. Butter, 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 butter. So I've been buttering everything, buttering. Night, morning, I butter. My aunt even told me, she was like, when you even think about a stretch mark, butter. And I was like, okay, I'm on it. And it's been working. My stomach's not huge. Like, she's cute. She's popping out. My pants are starting not to fit, so I did have to go buy some new clothes. So I'm waiting for them to ship just to see what fits and what doesn't. Maybe I'll give you guys like a little haul. because I didn't want maternity clothes. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me to buy those maternity jeans with a little stretchy thing. I'm sorry. When I saw my mom get those when she was pregnant with my youngest sibling, I said, "Oh, girl, that's sick." I was like, that's horrible. That's horrible. And I really have not seen any maternity clothes that are actually cute. I did see that Skims dropped a line. I don't know if it was recently or if my algorithm is just picking up on the pregnancy vibes, because I definitely did see the Skims for like pregnant women and that it grows with your belly. I've never purchased Skims before, so if you have, let me know. Let me know if you have ordered Skims and it's worked for your pregnancy, because I might have to invest. One thing that I did get that I love and that are super comfy, and let me go on like a huge brag, because this is not sponsored by them, but my bestie, when I went to visit her for her birthday, we went to the mall and she was looking for workout clothes because she's really been on her fitness vibe, and we went to Aerie. And Aerie is owned, I believe, by American Eagle. And they had some of the nicest workout pants. Like, I found out they're cotton, which I'm in love with because I'm really trying to stay away from like the polyester plastic blends on my body, especially the workout clothes, because I feel like everybody's been talking about like how it's just like seeping in and like causing like it's an endocrine disruptor, causing hormonal imbalances, like all the things. And I'm trying my best to like stay away from polyester blend clothing. And so their clothes are mostly cotton. I believe if they're not 100% cotton, I'd have to double check, but I will double check. But I went and I messaged her and I was like, "Hey, do you like their pants? Like, how do you like them? Are they comfy?" Because there was a store and I went in the store and I tried them on. And first of all, the employees, chef's kiss. I love when I go to a store and the employees are actually assisting me and they're actually hands-on and they're actually helping me find what I'm looking for. Because I was like, "Hey, like I'm pregnant, my belly's growing, my body's changing. I'm trying to find bottoms that are cute but aren't that are comfortable still. Like, what do you think would work best?" And so she kind of talked me through like their different styles. I really like, they had these really cute boot cut and like flare type pants that I loved. But I think the big thing was, I'm a short girl. I'm 5'2", and anytime I get like comfy like lounge pant, really any pant, they're always so long. They're dragging on the floor. And it's so annoying. And so I was telling her, like, yeah, I really like them, but like unfortunately, like I'm short, so they don't fit, and I don't want to like have to worry about my pants dragging. On top of that, they were so comfortable though. Like, my belly had space to stretch, and like it would come. I got the crossover one, so they can come over my belly, which is nice, but they're comfy. They're so breathable. Like, shout out to Aerie, because however you're making those leggings, don't stop making them that way. Don't stop making them that way. Don't change up the formula, babes. Don't do it. I love it the way it is. It's solid. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. And this is not sponsored. If you're a pregnant woman and there is an Aerie near you, even if you just have to order it, I would order it. I would order it. And if you're a short girl, they make short sizes. So the employee at the mall, she was telling me, she was like, "Oh, well, like we make short. Like, if you go online," and she was like, "and we can order it for you here in the store. You can order like whatever size you want in a short or in a like long." And I said, "Oh, let's do it." So I got 2 pairs. I got a brown pair because it's fall, and I was like, okay, I plan on like wearing a little bit more sweaters. Browns and neutrals are kind of gonna be my thing this fall, because I always pick like a theme for my clothes for the fall, or like for all seasons. I always pick like a theme. So I've done like pink and pearls. I've done like corsets and corsets, was it corsets and not denim, because I don't wear denim anymore. I don't know. I just always pick a theme because it always just gives me inspo to like refill my closet with fun new stuff, and then to give away all the older stuff that I haven't been wearing. So it's just like a fun little thing that I do with myself. And so I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go like neutrals and creams. As we can see, with the creams and the golds, it's cute. It's giving. It's a moment. So I got a brown, and then I got a classic black. And I do want to get some more as my belly keeps growing, because they are really nice pants. Top to not to. Shout out to them. So if you need some maternity clothes, I would say check them out, because it's not really maternity clothes, but they are really great. But I did order some new stuff. I got like a whole little mini wardrobe. I don't know if it's a mini wardrobe. I think I bought like 50 things to keep it a buck. To keep it a buck, I think I ordered a lot. And I think the big thing is I don't want to lose my sense of style just because I'm pregnant. Like I don't want to, like I still like wearing mini skirts. I still like wearing dresses. Like I want to wear a cute little mini dress. Like when I go out with my man, we go out to dinner, I still want to look hot even though I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? Like when I go out with my friends, I still want to look cute even though I'm pregnant. Like I don't want to look like an old lady. I'm not an old lady. I'm 23. I want to look hot and still be pregnant. And that's possible. That's possible. So I hope these clothes, I hope they fit nice. I hope they fit nice. Amen. Please, Jesus. I hope they fit nice. And they're going to be cute. Like, I don't want to lose. I love the way that I dress. I love my style. The only thing that I've really had to change is not wearing heels because I'm a huge heels girl. I own 2 sneakers and everything else is heels and then some sandals. So that has been a huge adjustment for me as well, like not being able to wear heels all the time because my feet be hurting. My feet hurt. My feet, I have to prioritize my feet. You know, like I'm carrying more now. It's not just me and my cute little 125-pound self running down the street. You know what I mean? Like I now have a child. Plus they say like your balance starts to change, like your center of gravity starts to adjust. So like wearing heels can sometimes not be the safest, but I just love a good heel. And I even like kitten heels. Like I love a cute kitten heel. Okay, I have nothing against a kitten, but I just noticed like my feet will hurt sooner and quicker. Maybe I need to start getting some of those gummies that homegirl is always talking about. What's her name? I think her name's Chantel. Are they? Hold on, let me look it up. I'm about to look up the shoe gummy right now because maybe I need to get those. Maybe those will help me because I don't want to give up. I've given it up right now temporarily. I've given up wearing heels and I've been just wearing like running shoes and sandals. Like literally, these have been my main sandals. Shout out to my man because he bought me these, the Steve Madden sandals. I love these so much. They're not super comfortable. I'm not going to say Steve Madden has comfortable shoes, but Aldo does sell gel insoles like for heels and sandals, and I put those in most of my sandals. Shoe Gummy, who is the owner of Shoe Gummy? I really cannot think of her name, but they're super helpful. I always see her videos, especially for like if you wear like Louboutins like I do, or like uncomfy shoes like those YSL heels with the YSL as the heel. Those can be a little uncomfortable after a while. Chantel Jackson. I knew it was Chantel. Okay, yes, Chantel Jackson. She has a shoe gummy. So if you are a heel girl, because I know us hot young moms, hot young pregnant women still want to be hot. I still want to be, I'm still young. I'm still hot. I'm still cute. I'm still that girl. You know what I mean? And like, my outfit should reflect it. My inner being should reflect it. Every part of me should reflect it. So if you still want to wear heels, I'm going to try out the shoe gummies and see how they work and see if they feel better. I'm still not going to wear heels all the time, but when I do go out, I do want to, you know, put on a little high heel. I love a little 5-6 incher. You know what I mean? I love a little That's literally like, it's my favorite thing. And it's one of the things that I've built about myself over the past few years, about like the way I present myself, that I really love, is I always wear heels and I always show up to a space. Like I stopped wearing sweatshirts and sweatpants. I threw all of my sweatshirts and sweatpants away so that I would never get to a point where I felt comfortable leaving my house like that, because I don't want to be the way that I want to be perceived, and the way that I'm building my image career-wise and socially is really important. Shout out to Jody. I love Jody. She's like my TikTok big sister, and like I take her glow up tips to heart. I take her career advice, her like life advice to heart. I literally like love her. I love her content. Shout out to her. But what your aesthetic is super important. The way that you show up in the world is super important. No matter what people tell you, like that career promotion or that goal that you're looking for, like you really do have to dress the part. You really do, you really do have to look the part regardless. Like you need to show up looking like your best self, even if it's like something simple. Like being pregnant, I know it's harder. Like I've definitely had my days where I'm like, I do not feel like dressing up. Like I want to put on something comfortable. I want to put on something chill. Like I do not want to like show up today and look and like put makeup on or put heels on, or like I want to put on these running shoes and call it a night. And that's okay. And so I've tried to find like outfits that are like simple, like quick two pieces that are still cute, but I can still go to the office in, or that are cute and I can still run errands in, so that I don't feel like I'm letting myself go, but I also still feel like I can breathe a little bit. I don't have to take too much time and effort into planning a really cute outfit or putting something really great together like I normally love to do, because sometimes I just don't have the energy to. So I think a really big thing for me has just been finding pieces that are comfy. Like this is actually a skirt from Target. She's super cute. Hold on, let me give you the vibes. She's really cute. I have on like white pants, but like I love it. You wouldn't even really know that I'm preggo, but she's adorable. Literally a fave. A fave. And like it was a skirt that I got from Target but I was showing it to my husband and I was like, I think this would actually be cuter as a top than it is a skirt. And so we went to the fitting room and I tried it on as a top and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take it as a top. Let's get it. Let's go. And I love Target. Target has such comfortable clothes. I think they have really good materials. Like Target panties, honey, if you need new underwear, go to Target. Target panties, cotton, breathable, amazing, 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 amazing. Love them. Love, like, can you really go wrong at Target? Not really. But yeah, finding pieces that are still comfy, that are still cute has been really important to me, because I don't want to lose myself. Like I feel like I've spent my college years, my late teens, early 20s, like really building who I am and defining like what matters to me, how I show up in the world, how I approach my life, how I approach things that I care about. And I know, yes, there's a lot changing mentally, physically, socially. Like there's so many things going on when you are becoming a mom and actively parenting, to where I really wanted to make it a point to not lose myself in the process. And I think one of the best things that I've done is find a therapist who specializes in pre, peri, and postnatal care, because she has really helped me understand that like I'm my own person and my baby is their own person. And so it's important that I connect with my baby, and it's also important that I stay connecting with myself, which I think has been really tricky, because a lot of the things that I enjoy doing, I really can't do as much anymore. Like I'm not going on morning hikes as much because I don't really have the energy to, and like the walking is a lot, like up hills and things. I know it's important to stay active, but like I've really lost my sense of connecting with myself through fitness, which is really sad, because like I would go to Pilates 2 to 3 times a week, but like who is doing a solid core class pregnant? If you are, shout out to you. And I know it's possible, and I know they give modifications for that, but like I was so fatigued in my first trimester, on top of girl, like doing those types of exercises, like especially those core exercises, I felt like I was gonna pop my baby. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know if I could do it, because I feel like I'd be squeezing the life out of my child. And I was such a huge like core girly. Like I was on my ab journey hard before this. Like I would post my Abiana updates all the time, and I feel like I kind of lost that part of myself, like the girl who like loves to go to the gym and loves to work out and loves to go for a hike and like super active. Like I'm really not that girl anymore. And so I'm trying to find, I'm not that girl right now. I won't say anymore, because I know once I have my baby and like once I recover, I'll definitely be back in the gym and like back working out and like doing all the things, God willing. But that was like something that I really lost during, and still don't really have. But like I've just been able to kind of substitute that with like, okay, I walk when I can, and like I try to make it intentional to walk longer periods of time, to get like little workouts in, squats in, little ab, like really the pelvic floor work in, because the little bladder incontinence, she's not cute. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. So like getting like little things in when I can, and those are just kind of like the small wins that I get. But finding like new ways to like connect with myself. Like I started like sewing. Guys, like I won't say I'm not making garments yet. We'll get there. But right now, like just learning how to like tailor my own clothes and like sew buttons back on when they fall off, or like hem my own pants has kind of been like a new thing that I do. I've always been a big journaler. I really haven't been journaling as much, but I'm trying to find like new ways to like connect with myself and like still love on myself, even if they're not in the traditional ways that I constantly have been previously. I had to go and get a snack because Postmates is taking a second. Shout out to my dad for the talking apples. Because I went to my parents' house this morning because my grandma made me oatmeal. Oh my gosh, I love her. She was like, I've been calling you, trying to make you some oatmeal, but you didn't answer. And I was like, okay, I'll meet you at my mom and dad's. And we can, and you can give it to me. And so she was like, okay, great, I'll meet you there. So she drops off the oatmeal, and I was just so grateful because honestly, I really did not know what I was going to eat for breakfast this morning. I didn't buy any groceries because usually I eat out. And God had asked me last night, he was like, okay, what are you going to eat for breakfast? And I was like, I don't know. And I don't know what I'm going to eat for lunch either. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm just here vibing, you know? And I woke up and I just didn't really have it in me. And I really haven't had it in me the past couple days to really do much of anything. Like even waking up in the morning has just been exhausting. And so I was like, wow. I literally was like on the verge of tears because I was like, God is so good. Because like I really did not have it in me to like make food this morning. And then I took a bunch of food from my parents when I stopped by their house earlier. Because my little brother left his talking apples. Well, I thought he did, but then they came home and he came to get them. And my dad was like, I'll just cut you your own. And I was like, shout out to you, Dad. Shout out to you. So I just took like a little bag of groceries from them this morning. Love that for me. Love God for making sure they always have food that I want in the house. And that's on being an adult, but not fully adulting. Because I know I'm not the only one that goes to their parents' house and like takes soap or paper towels or toilet paper or snacks. Like, y'all got it. Y'all got it. And I'm going to borrow some. Hallelujah. I am. And yeah, but I think back to connecting with myself and like keeping some sense of self while pregnant. I think one of the biggest things that I've been doing that has been really helpful is that my therapist recommended. I won't say this was not an original idea. She has really been telling me to like focus on grounding meditations, like just grounding myself. She was like, whether you're going to like walk in the grass or like going outside in nature or like sunbathing. I love sunbathing. It's getting a little colder in LA, unfortunately, but I love a good sun bath. Like I love just laying in the sun. I like taking nature naps. So like that was a really good way for me to like kind of like ground myself and like remind myself like, hey, you are a person. You're going through a lot. Like, how are you feeling? Checking in with myself, just noticing, okay, like I'm a bit tense or I haven't been sleeping great or I really need to like get my nails done because Pookie, it's bad. Like just little things that I can take awareness. Like, oh my gosh, doing my hair every day was insane. I literally had to ask my mom, can you please braid my hair? Also because these braiders are crazy. These braiders are insane. Their prices through the roof. Like I know you want to be like Tokyo Styles, Pookie. I get it. I do. But you're not Tokyo Styles yet. So the fact that you want to charge me like $500 for some medium knotless is insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's not that I don't have the money, but I've never paid to get my hair done before. So honestly, sometimes I'm like appalled that people would charge this much because my mom and grandma like always do my hair. And like I've probably gone to the salon a couple times like when I wanted like a silk press for something special, but like usually my grandma would just silk press my hair. Like, so paying to get my hair done really does not resonate in my brain very well unless I'm getting like a sew-in. But even then, my grandma would do my sew-ins. And like I learned how to do my own lace fronts in high school. So I was just kind of like, like, you want me to pay how much? I will pay. You know what I will pay for? I will pay for a wash. I will pay for a wash and a treatment. I will. Because I love when somebody else washes my hair. It makes me feel so good. Like I'm laying in that bowl and someone is just scrubbing down my scalp, putting me under a steamer with a hair treatment in. I will pay for it. I'll pay for it. That, I will give you the money. I also think what gets me, I think it's just being in America. Like the cost of living in America, crazy. Let alone Los Angeles, California, crazy. Like I'm a LA native, born and raised in Los Angeles, and like it's crazy. It's crazy. I can't even buy a house in my parents' neighborhood. I mean, I live in a really nice neighborhood, but still, like, I would like to stay in my Black community. I love, oh my gosh, now, especially now that I'm having a baby, I've been so focused on where I'm gonna live. I've been so obsessed with where I'm gonna live because I'm gonna raise a Black child in America. They need to be around Black people. And I just never soaked in my childhood in the same way that I am now that I'm having a kid, because I'm like, oh my gosh, wherever I raise my kid at, like, that will be what my kid knows. That's going to be the social circle, the examples that my kid is going to like grow up with and follow. And I live in a really beautiful Black, predominantly Black community. Like, the homes are beautiful. I grew up around a lot of Black lawyers and Black doctors and ambassadors and presidents of, like, my aunt is a president of a college, you know what I mean, like, very successful Black people. And it was never really something I paid attention to, because I think when you're growing up, it's just kind of like, okay, this is the norm for you, even though it's not the norm for a lot of other people. And as I've moved and traveled and like experienced things, I was like, no, this is so important. Like, I can't leave this community. Like, I used to think like, oh no, I want to live in like the houses in Hancock Park, which is like a predominantly Jewish neighborhood in Los Angeles. The homes are beautiful. It's a gorgeous area. I absolutely love it. Or like, Echo Park has really pretty homes near like Griffith Park. Always wanted to move to Beverly Hills at some point. But now that I'm having a child, I've just been kind of like, I have to live here. Like, my kid has to see, like, their teachers have to be Black. They're like they have to be surrounded by Black students and like other Black men and women. Like, they have to see Black success all around them. Like, I don't want them to feel like, oh, I'm the one Black kid that lives in Bel Air. You know what I mean? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I do think there is kind of this like, it's just a different feeling. And I can't speak to it personally because I didn't grow up like that. Like, I grew up around Black people, but that has really shaped the way that I view the world and the type of self-love and racial self-esteem that I have. And I want my kid to have that. And I want them to think like, I play baseball in a predominantly Black baseball league. I play football at a predominantly Black like football league in my community, and like that is so important. And I think being around other students and adults that are in a variety of fields that look like you and that talk like you and that come from similar backgrounds like you, like, it's invaluable. It's an invaluable community, and I really don't want to leave. And I'm not gonna let them price me out. So guys, comment under this video to convince my dad to buy me a house in our neighborhood. I've been like kneading at him slowly. I've been like, hey dad, you know that house like down the street's for sale? You should buy that for me. You know that house like right up the hill's for sale? You should buy that for me. I've been slowly like coercing it into his brain. It takes a little time sometimes, like depending on what I want from him. It might take a second, but if I keep poking the bear, eventually the bear's gonna give in. Eventually he's gonna be like, okay, stop asking. Fine, call us. I'll do it. Because I need that. But then also I want to travel when I have a baby. Like, these are the conflicting things that like go through my mind, because kids travel free. Pookie, get on that flight. We getting on the flight. Like, that's one of the reasons I'm excited to have a kid young. And one of the things I think is a really good benefit is I'm not super settled in life, which I think it has its pros and cons. Like, obviously if you're a lot older, like, you know, you have a home, or you have like, you're more settled in your marriage, or you have like a lot of things already set in place, like your career and things. And like right now I'm still in the building phase, which I think has some cons, obviously, because there is a little bit of instability in your youth. Like, you're moving and you're like going different places and you're figuring yourself out and you're trying to find a career that you really like, because you started in one thing and maybe it's not really what you want to continue doing, or you want to get into entrepreneurship, or you want to build passive income and invest and blah, 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 all these different things. And I can see the cons, but I really see the pros. Like, I really feel like, oh, my life is not set in stone in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm going to have this child and I'm still going to be young enough to be active, to like do things with my kid and have the energy. Like, my husband and I will have the energy to like go out and like hang out with our child and like travel and like do all the fun, exciting parent things that I feel like my parents were able to do with me because they kind of had me. Well, my mom was like 25, 26 when she had me. So I feel like being 23, like, yes, things are up in the air, but that kind of means I get to build my life from scratch and consider this child when I do it, more so than it being like a negative thing, like, oh my gosh, everything's not set in place. Because genuinely, nothing is ever really fully set in place in your life. Like, you may have certain things on lock, but like, even then, like, anything could happen. And like, you're constantly growing, constantly developing, constantly rebuilding. Like, no one is ever super secure in their position. Like, there's always something still to do or still to learn or grow in. And I think that's one of like, I think that's the big thing with like having a growth mindset and like an abundance mindset in general. It's like there's always something to obtain. So like finding the content and the happiness in the now, in what's happening in your life now. And right now, like, yeah, there are a lot of things up in the air, but like, I don't have a mortgage that's holding me down to like staying in LA. So if I wanted to move, I could move. If I wanted to live out the country, I could. If I wanted to travel for the next 2 years, me and my little family, we could go. You know what I mean? And like, we could really just be like up and out of here and like take the world by storm and travel with our baby. And I see so many, and I've intentionally been looking for all the travel parents and like travel moms who go out with their young kids. Like, they're like, oh yeah, I took my kid on their first flight at like 3-4 months, and like, here are the tips. This is what I've learned is like the best tips and advice. Like, even our baby list registry, we're really trying to tailor to being travel oriented so that we can just kind of pick up and go when we need to, and we don't have to lose that like youthfulness of our life, which I think is really important. Because I'm not 40. I don't have like 1,000,001 responsibilities. Like, this child will be like my first big responsibility. I don't have a car note. I've been driving the same car I've had since I was 17, and I love that car. Me and a Kia Soul, we locked in. Ain't no switching. Homegirl is good on gas, okay? Especially with the way gas is costing in Los Angeles. Pookie, I like my car. And also, like, it's so funny because me and my husband were talking about getting a car, like, if I needed a new car or something. But I was like, I really don't want to pay a car note. Like, I've never paid a car note, ever. I don't want to now. I don't want to start. Like, especially when I don't feel like we're set, like, we don't have like a finite place to live yet. Like, I'm not set on finding things that are going to tie me or bunker me down. I want to still be on the go. I'm young and a mom. Thanks so much for tuning into today's episode. This is our first episode of the Young Moms podcast. I hope you genuinely were just able to enjoy a good conversation about the woes, the pros, and the cons, and the highlights of being a young parent and starting your journey through motherhood, being pregnant, whatever the case is, wherever you are on the journey. If you're like me and having your first child, or you're on child number 10, Pookie, I hope you were just able to enjoy some good combo and a chance to really feel seen and heard and like you're not alone, because that's how I feel right now. I feel like somebody's watching this who is going to be like, oh my gosh, yes, girl, I relate, because I kind of feel alone sometimes in everything that I'm dealing with on my end. So don't be shy to like, comment, follow the podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Kaylin Alexandria _. That's KaylynAlexandria _. That's on TikTok and Instagram, Kaylin Alexandria _. And let's stay in touch. We're now besties. I'm a young mom. You're a young mom. We're all young moms over here. Or we're young mom allies. Or we're about to be young moms. Whatever it is, you're a young mom. And you're a hot young mom. Don't forget it. Love you. Bye.